Hey, what's up guys? We're still here in West Virginia, but I'm about to go back to South Carolina. But I needed to do a quick video before I left. I wanted to update you guys on West Virginia recruiting. Let's go! As always, welcome to one of the fastest growing sports YouTube channels out there, Gold and Blue Dude. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I do college football videos every single day. But today, I'm going to be talking about West Virginia recruiting. I think West Virginia could have their best recruiting class of all time. Neal Brown is recruiting at a high level. Yesterday, we picked up another 4-star recruit. That's a total of 5. So let's run through West Virginia's 2022 recruiting class. In my opinion, the greatest of all time. Starting with 3-star recruit, wide receiver Kevin Thomas. This was a big-time pickup. It adds depth to our wide receiving core. That's something West Virginia needs to keep up with. So that was a nice pickup for Neal Brown right there. Safety Mumu bin Wahad, a 3-star safety. I think this guy's a little underrated. I've watched tape of this guy. He knows where to be on the field. He knows how to read the offenses. This guy could easily be a 4-star recruit. Big pickup for West Virginia. Offensive guard Charlie Katansik. This is one thing I figured out. One of Neal Brown's specialties as far as recruiting is on the offensive line. West Virginia's going to have one of the best offensive lines in the Big 12 this year. And then whenever West Virginia moves over to ACC, it'll be a top 3 or 4 over there consistently under Neal Brown. Next, we have defensive end Zion Young, also a 3-star. West Virginia will have some turnover on the defensive line, so it was important to get some good athletic recruits on the defensive line, and that's the first one. That was a good one. Linebacker Raleigh Collins III, another 3-star. West Virginia's going to have a pretty good linebacking core for years to come, especially if Neal Brown keeps recruiting at this level. Another offensive lineman, Sullivan Weidman, a 3-star. This just keeps backing up the point that Neal Brown is very good at recruiting at the offensive line. Defensive end Eric Burton, another 3-star, another add to the defensive line, whether he plays on the other side or backs up Zion Young. This was a key recruit for West Virginia. Back to the offensive line, offensive guard Maurice Hamilton, another 3-star. Offensive guard Landon Livingston, another 3-star. I expected both of these recruits to pick West Virginia, but it's always nice to actually see the commitment. 3-star tight end Corbin Page. Neal Brown says he has some big expectations for this guy. I haven't seen West Virginia use a tight end very often for a long time, so this is going to be an interesting pickup. 3-star athlete Christian Stokes. The reason this is a big pickup is because most people thought that if he picked West Virginia, Jaden Mangham, a 4-star we're still looking for, will also join West Virginia. So that could be a sign of getting another 4-star recruit. And then quarterback Tyreen Woodby, a 3-star cornerback. West Virginia's been a little bit thin at quarterback, so this is going to help a lot with depth, and he's a high-quality recruit. Now we're jumping into the 4-stars. 4-star wide receiver Gerald Williams. West Virginia has got to keep up with a decent depth rotation, and this is the way to do it. 4-star running back Justin Williams. I think West Virginia is building a great running back core as well. This adds depth, and he's a talented running back. Big pickup for West Virginia. In yesterday's recruit, linebacker Trey Latham, 4-star linebacker. I was expecting him to pick West Virginia, but like I said earlier, it's always nice to actually see him commit. Big time pickup. West Virginia has been a much better defensive team under Neal Brown, and I'll look for that trend to continue. Quarterback Nico Markall, 4-star recruit. It was down to Arizona State and West Virginia. Maybe those accusations helped West Virginia a little bit, but I'm still going to give all the credit to Neal Brown. This is a big time pickup. He's going a different route than what Dana Holgorsen did. Dana Holgorsen tried to get transfers. Neal Brown is recruiting great quarterbacks, and that is way more sustainable. So that's a great look for West Virginia's future. And then, of course, the best recruit so far, cornerback Jacoby Spells, 4-star recruit that picked West Virginia over Miami. That was a big-time win for West Virginia, much needed, and I think it opens the door for future big-time recruits to come to West Virginia. It's been a long time since I've seen a recruiting class like this, and I honestly think it's the best that West Virginia's ever done. And people forget, West Virginia actually sells the crap out of merchandise, so this NIL might actually be good for West Virginia recruiting. Expect to see some West Virginia players on the football team to sign some big NIL deals. I see that coming very shortly. Hey, if you're a West Virginia fan and you're not excited right now, check your pulse. We're recruiting at a high level. West Virginia is headed to the ACC. I really do expect West Virginia to compete for ACC championships. So get used to West Virginia versus Clemson. I think they're going to stick West Virginia in the Coastal. So that's the ACC championship game matchup that you're going to have to get used to seeing. West Virginia versus Clemson. And I do think West Virginia will be competitive. Maybe not at first, but give it a couple years and West Virginia will definitely be right up there with Clemson. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show.